Unknown facts about Africa. The African continent covers a vast area of land with a lot of current and historical information that is unbeknown to a lot of us. In this video we will get to know some of those very interesting facts about Africa. The Sahara Desert. The Sahara Desert is the largest hot desert in the world. It is located in the northern part of Africa and covers 9.4 million square kilometers. That is about the size of the United States and spans nearly a third of the African continent. The Sahara is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the west, the Red Sea to the east, the Mediterranean Sea to the north, and the Sahel Savanna to the south. The enormous desert spans 10 countries, which are Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger, Sudan and Tunisia, as well as the territory of Western Sahara. Sand sheets and dunes cover approximately 25% of the Sahara surface. The rest is covered by salt flats, gravel plains, plateaus, and even mountains where snow has been recorded. The Sahara has some hidden interesting things about it, such as the mountain oases. There are hidden oases in the mountains of the Sahara with water features and palm trees surrounding the water bodies. It is very beautiful and one can almost forget that you are still in the Sahara. Scientists have recently suggested that the whole region at some point was all green and fertile as the oases currently are. The killer lakes. In Africa there are several lakes spanning the continent, but 4 of them stand out. They are referred to as killer lakes. 3 of the lakes have a shared characteristic which makes them very dangerous. There are Lake Kivu in Congo, Lake Nyos and Lake Monaun in Cameroon. The natural hazards of these killer lakes arise when enormous amounts of dissolved carbon dioxide gas trapped in the bottoms of these lakes is released suddenly. In August of 1986, Lake Nyos in Cameroon exploded, releasing up to 1 kilometer of carbon dioxide and killing about 1,700 people up to 26 kilometers away from the lake. A smaller gas burst from Lake Monaun in August of 1984 killed 37 people. Carbon dioxide may originate from volcanic gas emitted from under the lake or from decomposition of organic material. Before a lake is saturated, it behaves like an unopened fizzy drink. In both the lake and the fizzy drink, carbon dioxide dissolves much more readily at higher pressure. This is why bubbles in a can of soda form only after the can is opened. When the pressure is released, the carbon dioxide comes out of the solution. In the case of lakes, the deeper the lake is, the higher the pressure is at the bottom. Therefore, huge amounts of carbon dioxide can be dissolved in deep lakes. Carbon dioxide also dissolves more readily in cooler water, such as that found at a lake bottom. A small rise in water temperature can lead to the release of a large amount of carbon dioxide, which is fatal to life surrounding the lakes. Lake Natron, located in Tanzania. The extreme waters of Tanzania's Lake Natron are as deadly as they are beautiful. Water flows into the lake but doesn't have an outlet to drain out of. As a consequence, as the water evaporates, it leaves behind high concentrations of salt, making it a salt lake like the Dead Sea. The lake's water has a pH as high as 10.5 and is so caustic it can burn the skin and eyes of animals that aren't adapted to it. The water's alkalinity comes from the sodium carbonate and other minerals that flow into the lake from the surrounding hills. And deposits of sodium carbonate, which was once used in Egyptian mummification, acts as a fantastic type of preservative for those animals unlucky enough to die in the waters of Lake Natron. Despite some reports, the animals don't simply turn to stone and die after coming into contact with the lake's water. In fact, a Lake Natron's alkaline waters support a thriving ecosystem. It is home to flamingos who thrive here without any complications. The lake is actually the biggest breeding ground across the globe for over 2.5 million lesser flamingos. These flamingos are able to feed off the blue-green algae that grow in this lake. Certain other water birds, like storks, are also not negatively affected by the lake's cyanobacteria. The Nubian pyramids. Less famous than their Egyptian neighbors, Sudan's pyramids have been astonishingly preserved for thousands of years. Thousands of years ago, Maro served as the capital city of the Kingdom of Kush, the realm presided over by the Nubian dynasty. The pyramids here, which are almost 5,000 years old, are spread across 3 sites and are different from their more famous Egyptian counterparts on account of their smaller bases and steep sloping sides. Unknown to most visitors to North Africa, the site is home to around 200 pyramids and temples, more than there are in the whole of Egypt. Sudan's pyramids were designed as tombs for the Nubian kings, such as the El Kuru necropolis, which once housed the tomb of the famous King Tenutiman. Step inside today and you'll notice the elaborate paintings that adorn the walls and showcase the highlights of the reign of this celebrated king. The Nubians took inspiration from their Egyptian neighbors as well as the ancient Greeks and Romans in order to create their own distinctive structures. Given their age and isolated location, it's a wonder that these structures have survived so intact. However, sharp-eyed visitors to the pyramids in Sudan might note that several of the monuments are missing their top points, which is due to Giuseppe Follini, an Italian explorer who blew up several of the pyramids in search for treasure in the 1880s. Follini plundered the tombs of the likes of Amanishkito, a Nubian warrior queen, in order to sell the spoils to European museums. That is it for today's Unknown Facts. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe to our channel.